Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're talking about the new heatsink on the PlayStation 5. I told you that when Gamers Nexus made a video, we would talk about it. So that's what we're going to do today. This isn't going to be a really long stream. I just got home from work, and I wanted to jump on and go ahead and get this information out there and clarify and talk about it. Because I still do stand by the video that I made after seeing what Gamers Nexus has been able to produce. We'll get into that. We'll watch some of the video. I'll share my screen. We'll watch some of that video. We'll go over some of the new changes, some of the things that he found. This video that Gamers Nexus did is in collaboration with Digital Foundry. So Digital Foundry has done the legwork for comparing, the games on both systems. So that's really cool. We're getting pretty decent, we're getting pretty close performance on either one. So I want to take a minute to announce that I have went ahead and created a Patreon account so that if you guys want to support this channel, feel free to do it. It's up to you. It's not expected, but if you want to if you want to do that, that's really cool. I did leave a link in the description for that. And so let's get started with this show. So a while back, Austin Evans tore down that PlayStation 5, the new PlayStation 5 model. He showed us the new heatsink, less material, weighs less, different type of material, more aluminum than copper. So that led a lot of people, including myself, to believe that this heatsink is not going to be as efficient. And pretty much from watching the video from Gamers Nexus, most of that does hold true. It might be a few degrees. It is a few degrees, like 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that is a noticeable difference to the point where it's not affecting performance right now on all the cross-gen games that Digital Foundry has tested on it. We got to remember that, they show you the power draw. The power draw on this thing that they're running, is right around 200 watts or whatever. I believe the PlayStation 5 has a 300 watt power brick in there, so we can definitely get more power. So basically, is what we're looking at is cross-gen games running on this newer system. Neither one of these systems are being pushed with this cross-gen games really hard, anyways. So only time is really going to tell later on when we start getting more heavy games, like UE5 games or something that are really going to push this and stress this new heatsink and console. Basically, the findings are showing that this is not a terrible downgrade. It's still pretty close. It's still pretty close in performance. It's still pretty close in cooling. A lot of that is due to the new fan. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to watch this Gamers Nexus video. I will pause every once in a while to kind of comment, as we go through this. So let me go ahead and, I didn't even get YouTube set up on this. Sorry. Let me get in there. I just barely got off work, so bear with me. But this is pretty interesting. I'm glad that we finally got this video out. There was one that Digital Foundry put out themselves too, and that one's okay. It doesn't have as much of the analysis and stuff, the actual system analysis. So basically, I'm going to go all the way to the beginning. I'm going to pause this real quick. Go back over here. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen with you guys real quick. Share screen. Share system audio. It might have a little bit of whatchamacallit in there because I am going to be all right, you guys can see this, right? I need to get my little trusty phone out with my YouTube up on it so that I can see the comments and stuff as we go through this. Okay. See the comments and stuff as we go through Hey, Mr. Glass, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the show. If anybody else is in here, say hi. Say hi. Okay, so basically, we got this thing ready to go. All right. Let me go ahead and hide this. All right. So this is the new video, the newest video from Gamers Nexus. He put this up today about 7 hours ago.
Not gonna be able to fit it all in one video, but
so
this
we're gonna
will
watch
contain
it.
the bulk of the thermal data that's related to the heatsink change. And it looks like Sony's going to be rolling with this change going forward as well, so it'll be useful to have. We worked with Digital Foundry on this piece. Digital Foundry helped us with securing the new cooler version of the PlayStation 5. And when talking with Rich from Digital Foundry, he dubbed our testing platform we built the Franken console. And we like that name. So this is part of what we're going to be testing today. This here is an amalgamation of at least 3 different PlayStation 5s, but we have stock out of box testing as well without modification. We just wanted to build something to really narrow down all the variables we could and get a true academic exercise approach to thermal testing for the PlayStation. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. We needed Digital Foundry's help for a key aspect though, which is making sure that the gaming performance remains the same between the 2 versions of the console that are shipping, just in case there's a difference. That way we know there's all variables controlled or at least understood. Before that, this video is brought to you by Crucial and its Crucial X6 Portable Ssd. We use these external SSDs all over the office for rapidly transferring games and files between systems. The X6 comes in 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabyte capacities with USB-A or USB Type-C for the cable.
Yeah, exactly. It's not affecting performance right now. I feel like that is
in the description below. So as we ramp into this,
I really feel like that is going to definitely factor in.
And places they're useful, places they're not useful. You can check that out.
I feel like that's going to factor in more when we actually start getting true next-gen games.
Thermocouples for pretty much all of this. We have a lot of them wired up. We've improved our thermocouple wiring precision and the approach that we use to testing. So that's all good news. We've had a lot of improvements over the last year since we did the last console thermal testing for the PlayStation 5. And we also have the improvements we made when we tested the Xbox in February of this year, which we'll link below if you're curious. There are multiple approaches to testing. Some of them are easier to do than others, but certainly there are many ways to evaluate a product like this. This doesn't have internal sensors. There's no software we have access to that allows us to read the die temperature of anything. And so that means physical wiring is about the easiest way to do it.
I just got back from a
This means that multiple people can approach the console was awesome. With a different plan, different test strategy, and everything down to a millimeter of distance change and where a thermocouple is mounted on one unit versus the next will impact the numbers that come out of the end. The point of saying all this is that you cannot compare thermal data from one outlet's testing to another. They might both be right, but they will be right within their own methodology, and you can't really cross-compare them. Just wanted to say that because if the thermocouple is not in exactly the same place, we're not reading from software. There's no T-die. There's no
model is safe, not worse. Yeah,
so
it's exactly safe.
You have technician error at a millimeter level.
It clearly is getting a little warmer.
That's going to matter. An important forward before we
on
get
that
further,
die.
we just looked at some of the coverage. Now that we've completed this video, we're going backwards in time to film this insert.
We haven't seen any
and we looked at
actual, true, real hardcore next-gen games though yet either.
We've worked with Aris recently on some of the power supply stuff, and I think their testing approach is good as well. But we came to different numbers and slightly different conclusions. Our own conclusion is the same, which is we both say it's not really worth pursuing one console versus the other for the heatsink change. But our numbers were different, and this is fine. Just wanted to create this insert here because I think a lot of times with computer hardware, especially where it's much easier to control, there's kind of a decided on thing for how to approach testing. We see that people want sort of
anything that will stay hotter longer, especially when the new games come out.
Pick whomever they
could
trust
wear
more
out the console
prematurely. This one's the
prematurely.
right one. But to be very clear, I trust Igor and Aris's data set, and I trust my own data set, even though we came to different numbers. Why is that? Well, it's for a lot of reasons. We explained many of them in here, but this particular thing is extremely difficult to test. And both of us, I can speak for both Aris and myself for this. I was talking with him earlier. Both of us want a higher sample size and a more refined process for testing the PlayStation 5. It's very difficult. You really can't overplay that. And so because of the level of disassembly and reassembly required to do this, a higher sample size would make probably both of us feel a whole lot more comfortable in firmly stating one cooler is one way versus the other. But when you're within a couple degrees of each other, within, say, even 5 degrees, one test to the next, it's hard to declare a firm victor when it's not like a computer where you have an internal die system that's much easier to work with. So that's it for the forward before we really get into it. Their work looks good as well, and if you enjoy this type of stuff,
the forward is always boring.
It's pretty neat, and Eris has a really cool lab over there as well. And personally, that's part of the fun of applying a scientific process to a consumer, a different cooler. Whether or not that cooler is better or worse is what we will be work together to collect more data, do things a slightly different way.
We just need to watch it, so we're not skipping around.
So here's the quick recap of the story. Sony started shipping an alternative version of the PlayStation 5 with a different cooler. Whether or not that cooler is better or worse is what we will be exploring today. That's the goal of this content. But it started shipping with a different cooler and a couple of other changes in there as well that we'll go over. These models are differentiated by 10x and 11x. So it's that second digit, that 0 or that 1, that makes it easy to determine which version this is, at least as far as we can tell from the models we've seen in the wild and the one that we have here. It seems as if the 11x model, as in 11 some other
definitely
digits,
warmer though, but
is the one that has the new heatsink design, whereas 10 is the older model. 10, from what we can tell, has been manufactured at least up until about this point. They've stopped recently and they're switching over soon. But either way, it's likely that Sony will migrate over to the new heatsink design.
I mean, any one of us that already has a PlayStation 5, like, it's not really going to matter.
Looking at them, so we'll loop back to that one. There are also several smaller changes that we discovered along the way. First of all, the Vrm heatsink has changed in a noticeable way. Well, maybe not that noticeable. It's actually kind of hard to film, but there's a difference. There's a slight dip in the height in the center of the Vrm heatsink, the one at the condenser end of the heat pipe, and a bit of a raised platform at the outer edges. Very difficult to calculate which one of these has more surface area.
What's up, Onyx? How you doing, man?
But it's a small change, and it looks like the newer one might be a little bit on the slightly less material side of things, which would coincide with some down costing elsewhere.
Slightly less.
Synced directly into a copper plate and connects to the heat pipe. So that's the evaporator. And as the liquid undergoes its phase change and moves to the condenser end, it'll now be met with a larger heat sink to improve cooling efficiency. The Vrm's capacitors sync to the aluminum plate and not the heat pipe directly, so this is mostly beneficial for the MOSFETs. Secondly, the base plate itself has changed. The aluminum base plate mounting holes are identical, so that's good, and the contact is basically the same between the various PCB options, although there are some small differences, and any small differences in SMD contact can be accommodated easily for testing purposes. But if you're not really planning to deal with it, you shouldn't be swapping plates between PCBs. The big difference is in the memory module contact patch. The older plate has dimples or divots where the memory modules are located. And they're small. They're just about 6 millimeters at the smallest and 7 millimeters at the largest for those dimples that come down and contact the memory. For perspective, each memory chip that's including the black packaging around it is about 12 by 14 millimeters. So there's central contact here with at least the top side of where the flip chip VGA die is. But just like with an IHS, full contact is beneficial and preferred. It will help. That's presumably why Sony has changed things with the base plate in the new 11X cooler. It now has a flat base plate rather than the dimples, with more full contact between the memory and the plate. The thermal pad spread indicates approximately 12 millimeters across at the widest for the new contact patch and maybe 8 millimeters at the narrower section. So it's not the full 12 by 14 coverage, but it's far better than a 6 millimeter diameter circle from previously. The chassis is also different. The chassis mold for the new one has its heatsink guides in different places, so it'll fit differently. There's potential for this to maybe influence airflow minimally, maybe adding some flow guidance, but we think it's mostly to just better fit the heatsinks. As for the fact that there are different fans, this isn't a change with the 11X overhaul, but in fact has been in place for, well, since Sony started shipping the PlayStation 5. For nearing a year now at this point, getting close to it anyway, there have been at least 3 different types of fans on the market, and that remains true now. The Nidec fan's blades sweep back past the hub area by about 12 millimeters, whereas our original sweeps back 9 millimeters. More notably, the Nidec fan blades sweep all the way to the hub on the rear side, while the NFB unit from our 2020 PS5 is flat on that side. This console can already take air in from both sides. It has ventilation on both sides. The fan's got a hole straight through the chassis, so getting that extra exposure on the other side, opposite from where the core of the blades are, will help with moving some more air down into the base plate area.
Yeah, a few degrees hotter on the SoC.
heatsink. That's also why not controlling for the same fan can cause testing problems.
I mean, it sounds fine, guys. Honestly, it doesn't really matter.
The same exact mounting holes. The SoC and the
still
memory
within
modules
Sony's
have not changed and are in the same places.
Still within
their
specifications, so it should be fine.
The memory modules on the older unit that aren't present on our new one, but these don't meaningfully affect thermals, and they certainly don't affect the base plate. Some capacitors have moved around on the board as well, and you can actually still see the punch marks on the base plate for a section that is no longer punched out because its underlying capacitors have moved. We were able to.
I didn't see anywhere in here that said it was slightly cooler.
In our testing approach,
the old one was slightly cooler, if I remember correctly.
And finally, the heatsink itself for the SoC is clearly different. That's what triggered all of this. This will mostly affect the SoC as that's what's directly mounted to it. The heatsink will indirectly help everywhere else, but the SoC is the only component that's immediately connected in a big way. The heatsinks are difficult to compare without just doing the testing, but the key differences boil down to these things. The new cooler has a longer straight shot of aluminum fins at the same pitch as previously, but with its heat pipes extending through more of the fin stack. This is potentially beneficial. However, the potential reduction in overall surface area would be a downside. We'd have to do a lot of measurements and math to be easier to just 3D scan it if we had a 3D scanner in order to really calculate the surface area differences. So it's easier for us to just test it. And that's what's important anyway, to see what's the real world impact.
No difference.
There are other factors that can come into play too, like flow guidance, the resistance imposed by the heatsink or its fins on the fan as it's trying to move air through the heatsink could create an obstruction to airflow.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so those are factors that matter as well beyond just the
older or the newer freaking heatsink was
the number you get at the end of it. Enough of that. Let's get on to the testing setup. So we're going to start with the most basic testing we did, and then we'll expand on the methodology as we get through this piece. Here's our initial list of devices and tests we ran. First, we ran the Digital Foundry PlayStation 5 that has the new cooler on it. That's the 11X model. We wired 6 thermocouples to that, and we ran 1 for ambient. That's 4 on memory. There's 1 on a VRM MOSFET, and then we've got 1 for the SoC plus ambient. Next, we retested the old GN PlayStation 5.
What are you talking about taking an L?
That the results remained about the same. We then wired and tested a digital PS5 with the old style cooler and a new PS5 with the old style cooler as well. The thermocouple probes are placed right against the case for each component tested, except for the SoC, which is via the back side of the board.
New
and we place them at the
PlayStation
same spot
5, Jeff, is like
we can,
3
with the caveat that there's always going to be some amount of technician error because humans are imprecise.
How the hell is that an L for me?
Out as accurately as possible. We calibrated the SoC thermocouples against the over temperature warning that pops up when you disconnect the fan and it reaches a high temperature. So that helps us determine a delta from thermocouple to thermocouple on the 2 different devices that would be derived from technician variants rather than device variants. All of that data was collected prior to disassembly down past the cooler. So liquid metal was undisturbed for all of these. Then it got more complicated, and we did this set of tests that's on the screen. This list took about 16 hours of benchmarking per day for maybe 3 days, especially because we were doing multiple test passes for averaging purposes and to make sure there weren't any outliers. Many of these will end up as a separate video, but we can use most of them for this one. Ultimately, we had to implement even more controls to be satisfied with the data, but we'll talk about that after the first set of charts. That's more stock. On to the first chart. All 4 tested memory modules were within a maximum range of 4 degrees Celsius of each other. The far right module in our top orientation had the most variance, with an 82 degrees Celsius measurement on the new cooler and 86 on the old one. This is across the 2 different PCBs, mind you, so it's 2 physically different consoles.
Yeah, right here.
We haven't merged them yet. They're about as stock and out of box as they can be.
Unmodified, right here. SoC, system on a chip, 66.5, right? The new one, 71.6. That there's clearly not doing as well. But this right here, this memory, that one chip, still hotter. This memory is still hotter. The bottom memory is still hotter. The other memory is still hotter. The VRM. Okay, so you got all these right here that are still hotter, but now the SoC itself is cooler on the old one, man. So So like I'm not out of line.
Couple positioning precision
clearly,
remains a variable until we merge the PCBs and heat sinks. So this is close to what we'd call reasonable variance for these components, given that
but in
variable.
one area, that's
We're not
yeah,
seeing decision-changing differences between any of these results yet, but the 4-degree gap on MEM4 top begins to exit error and is what we would call a measurable difference. Now, even with variance, we do see one strong trend. All 4 modules measured consistently saw benefit on the newer 2021 cooler in the 11X series.
Yeah, exactly. It's within acceptable ranges.
But it was were uninteresting for now, but they'll become.
I'm not saying this is a bad thing, Jeff. Like I think this is good for everybody. It just shows that it's not freaking.
And that's because
it's not as big of a deal as a lot of
people would have thought. Is the most difficult to consistently nail. We won't have confidence in this number until we look at a few more charts, but we're getting there. For now, the unmodified cooler results suggest potentially higher SoC thermals for the new cooler, which is a breakaway from what we saw with memory. The SoC is also difficult to confidently measure a difference between 2 devices because of the liquid metal. So normally, we don't really care much about unit-to-unit variance for something like how a cooler mounts, because one, if it's bad, it doesn't matter if it's on one device, if it came retail, that's still a problem. And it's probably on more by there. There's not that much variance from cooler to cooler. When you're talking about mounting a GPU cooler to a GPU with thermal paste, they're pretty consistent. But liquid metal, doing it by machine en masse at a factory, that's still pretty new concept. And
it clearly just showed us that the thing's really not cooling the SoC
so
as good as the old one was.
We're not sure.
But it is cooling the memory better.
Kind of new to do
so that I mean that's still a win. Like
there could be differences is because the cooler is different, which is what we're actually trying to determine today. But we'll have to sort of drill down further in the variables and eliminate more of them to get a firm answer on that. Technician variance, of course, is another option where the SoC mounting.
I'm glad it doesn't affect the performance, man. Like who gives a shit? Like
in a moment, and at the end of this,
I'm not taking an L because I fucking.
We're starting to see.
I mean, it was clearly
potentially a little bit better technically.
It's clearly not doing as good.
We need to do some more testing. And that is where the Franken console and complicated testing enters the fray. And what we needed to do was combine bits and pieces from multiple PlayStation 5s.
That new fan is the thing that's really freaking doing good.
Like you would any other test, where you have a fixed platform.
I still do defend Austin Evans. What he showed us was clearly fucking Sony taking more material out of the PlayStation 5, dude. I still defend. I still stand by what I said.
That only makes sense for testing. So to have true like-for-like results, we needed to eliminate
still clearly shows that
one is potential
it's
technician
not fucking
or thermocouple
completely
variance.
better.
Thermocouples can be calibrated, but technician error could easily account for a few degrees here and there if the thermocouple isn't cleanly contacting the memory module. The second variable is much harder. We wanted the exact same SoC and memory modules, and that means we would need the same PCB. We ended up taking the Digital Foundry motherboard and the old 10X cooler design and base plate from one of
clearly he was. I mean, if the
recently,
SoC is the most important thing,
without issue.
And it's not cooling as well as the old one, that clearly means
it's
the
core components that we're measuring.
Doing any better, Jeff.
Measuring are identical, and the couple
I'm not going to say it's worse because it's acceptable, but at the same time,
some technician care when assembling all of this.
It's
the measured
still
components are the same and still make good contact, sometimes potentially better because of the base plate changes, which is part of what we're testing, so that is valid to be better or worse on one. Unfortunately, though, this is where we learned that the chassis is not the same. Internally, you can see differences in molding for the two shells.
Okay, so we basically saw where he says
to their respective heat sinks. This change could the VRM thermals based on our testing.
Let's go right here.
But Sony never seems to exit the range of 18% PWM anyway, at least not right now. The reason why is because Sony is focused on noise first. It's not a bad thing necessarily, but a little extra noise at, say, 19% or 20% PWM may be worth a reduction in thermals. We'll talk about that in another video coming up, so make sure you're subscribed. So that's it then. Here's what we're confident in. We are confident that the VRM thermals, based on our testing, are improved. The MOSFET we measured is improved in basically every test we ran. We haven't given you all the test data. We might run additional pieces if there's interest after this, but there's just too much to run in one video while also going through the differences and explanation. But we saw VRM thermal improvements with the MOSFET measured pretty much everywhere. Some places it was more or less error, but as you get into the more controlled testing, like with the Franken console, it starts to create a more solid difference between itself and the rest of the thermals, and we were seeing upwards of 5 to 5.6 degrees Celsius improvement at sort of the high end for that. For memory modules, we were pretty much always within a couple of degrees. 4 degrees Celsius was about the the highest range on average that we saw on any particular module, with most of them being closer to 2 or so degrees Celsius, maybe 3. So this is a point where 4, you're kind of exiting error, and it is becoming a real, measurable difference. 3, same thing. 1 or 2 degrees, it's kind of tough to call for a lot of this stuff because there's a little bit of imprecision involved when you're doing this. But 3, 4 degrees, we can call that probably a real difference, probably an actual one, but not one that you'll ever realize. And the part that matters is, what does it really mean? And memory, it's going to cap out at 95C or 105C or 110 degrees Celsius, depending on if the manufacturer, so that would be Sony here, has gotten a letter of exception from its memory supplier. They do this occasionally, like with NVIDIA, for example, where something that has a base spec of 95 degrees Celsius, they might write a letter of exception and say, you're good up to 110 on this. We think it's safe and fine. Now, that's manufacturers talking to each other B2B. It doesn't mean we think that running at the maximum rated temperature is safe and fine. It's really not good because you're starting to threaten longevity of things. And the biggest problem with it is you don't know what kind of horrible scenario as a consumer will put a product through, whereas it gets clogged with dust, with pet hair, sits on a floor for years, or sits in a media cabinet where it's completely closed off. Now you're increasing the effective ambient temperature of the box, and if it's in a media cabinet especially, and that
the tech enthusiasts are the ones that buy these products,
technically
Jeff.
within spec to
Sony just wants to sell them.
Spec.
As long as they last a year, they don't care.
So we always want to see a number below.
That's all they got to do,
the
Jeff, is last
maximum.
1 year
So we would classify
for the warranty,
hottest
and then
aspect
Sony
of
doesn't
memory
care.
as concerning, meaning it's not critical, it's not an immediate point of failure, but it's warm enough that if you don't take care of the console, maintain it, keep it clean, keep it out of a tight cabinet, constrained space, if you don't do those things, it could become a problem. And that's why we would recommend just keep your console clean, maintain it. It's kind of expensive, so it's worth doing anyway. SoC thermals, from our testing at least, look a little bit better on the older heatsink, which could make sense. We can make an argument either way, but there's an important variable there, which is with the Franken console, where there's a reapplication of liquid metal involved. It's possible we did a better job with the reapplication than Sony did out of the factory. It's not to insult Sony. It's extremely hard to do liquid metal in any application, especially machine. But a machine is going to be a little sloppier with it. They might have extra liquid metal in there to deal with things like dry out over time, and there's a lot of liquid metal in there. So it's possible we've influenced that result with our reapplication. That doesn't mean the test method is bad. It means we're being realistic with everyone by telling you the limitations of our test resolution. There's only so far that we can drill down before we can't really control it anymore within reason. So the SoC differences we're a little wishy-washy on, but maybe
get a normal job at 69.
Advantaged by the older.
No,
rather than the newer
I haven't
one.
seen
The newer one. We see generally the memory running marginally cooler at best. We see the VRM MOSFET running cooler, and we overall haven't seen any major downsides to either heatsink. It seems to be the fans make a decent difference, but not enough of one where you should pursue purchasing a specific fan. And we also wouldn't really recommend pursuing a specific console. So the 1100 versus the 10 series, they're not, in our testing, that different. There are a lot of ways to test these things. Maybe there's a scenario we haven't found yet, but we're not seeing a huge difference, at least not one that should make you go crazy on eBay trying to find a specific unit, and don't overpay for one either, at least if you can avoid it.
Yeah, don't
so
overpay.
That's going to be it for this one for now. This has been very complicated. It took about a week to do all this testing. The console's running something
feeling
like
good. Yeah, I got my
day.
smell and taste
So
back.
we
Yeah,
can't possibly condense all of that into a
Came
video
back a
that's
few
still
days
a
ago,
reasonable
actually.
time length. Hopefully, this strikes some kind of balance between something mainstream consumable and something enthusiast consumable, and it gives you something interesting to look at and think about. But ultimately, we may run a couple of other pieces on the fans if there's interest. We've done a lot of testing with swapping those in and out. Kind of fun stuff, not particularly actionable. We don't expect you to mod the consoles, and you shouldn't. It's going to be risky, but it's still interesting. And it's cool to see how stuff works. So you might run those. Check back if you'd like to see them.
okay.
That's it for now, though. Subscribe for more. You can go
All
to
right,
store.
guys. We're done with that. Remove. Let's go ahead and stop screen share. Okay, so basically, guys, man, I'm absolutely pissed. I'm so drunk. That's great to hear. Glad you didn't become one of those long haul. Oh yeah, dude, I was freaking out about that. Okay, so basically the new PlayStation is not a big it's not a big deal. Obviously it's definitely within acceptable range, so like that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to recount what I said because I mean there is like a 4-degree difference in the SoC, and we've still yet to see any real true next gen games that are going to push the PS5. I think we're at what was the Digital Foundry saying that we were at like 205 watts power draw on some of the most intensive games that are out right now. I think the PlayStation 5 has a 310 watt power supply, so that's still a whole nother 100 watts of power that we can go. I'm not gonna take an L, Jeff. You take an L, dude, for being a fucking Sony panderer, bro. You take the L. You take the L for being the Sony kiss ass, bro. You do that, man. Clearly, that new freaking clearly the new heatsink isn't cool on the SoC any better. I'm not taking it. There's no like why? For what reason? What reason, dude? Take an L for what? Like for having Austin Evans's back, dude? What? I have said it wasn't an issue. I've said that plenty of times, Jeff. You've clearly heard me say that it's probably within their standard. So I don't understand why you want me to take some imaginary L, dude. Did you clearly? I mean, obviously you didn't watch it, Jeff. I'm watching a bit, but I haven't entered chat till now. I have to ask, at work, do you let your employees talk down to you and push you around like Jeff does on your own channel? No. Well, obviously Jeff is just a delusional fucking Sony fanboy, dude, that just wants Sony's like dick in his ass or some shit, because that's all I can see, man. Like, Jeff, this shit's really starting to piss me off with you and your little Sony fucking being right up their butt, dude. This is so dumb, man. This is so dumb. You really, yeah. I don't know, Jeff. It doesn't matter to me, man. Clearly that new fucking PlayStation heatsink is not cooling the SoC any better than the old one. And that's apparent. That's apparent, dude. We saw that. I hear that a lot from Sony fanboys. They always, yeah, exactly. I'm not taking an L for some stupid shit that obviously we just watched a video. The dude put in thermal couples. Do you know what a thermal couple is, Jeff? I do. I know how to use them too. I do. I work in the welding industry, dude. No, it's not biased takes, dude. It's straight up fucking information that everybody should know. If you're buying a new PlayStation 5 that has yet to produce a real true next gen game, because we normally don't get next gen games until about 3 years into the cycle. So how's that heatsink gonna hold up then, dude? Seriously. Frog, Jeff consistently is the only one here that makes everyone upset, including you. I don't understand why you don't just ban him when he never listens to reason and gets a rise out of everyone. So you guys got flat out proven. How did we get flat out proven wrong, DDP? Dude, you guys are clearly freaking delusional, man. Did you not see the SoC does not run any cooler with the new fan or the new heatsink in the new PlayStation 5? Like, he just clearly showed us that in that video. That's not showing that heatsink or fan doing any better on that SoC in the new PlayStation. Oh gosh, yeah. You guys are freaking delusional, man. I mean, it is what it is. The thing is still freaking fine. Whatever. It still has the same performance. But I mean, it's clearly a few degrees warmer on the SoC, guys. And that's what I was talking about when I made that other video. Like, it's obviously not freaking, yeah, guys. But, and you conclude, yeah, I just said that to you, freaking Jeff. Obviously, the new PlayStation 5 does not freaking, it is not a concern for freaking being worried about it. I made 2 videos about it, dude, and we talked about it on a live, and now I'm making another video to go over the findings because that's what I said I would do. It is clearly 3 or 4 degrees warmer on the SoC than the original model. It is what it is. Like, I don't even give a shit. I already have my perfectly good launch PlayStation 5 that I don't give a shit. Like, if like I care that other people might buy this, but at the same time, you know, at least they have an informed decision now that they can make, and that's gonna be, and that's fine. That's fine for them. Ford Pinto owners would have loved to know the gas tank blows up in an accident before they purchase the car. I know. I get called delusional by fanboy. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know how the Xbox is going to hold up, man. They haven't changed any internal parts yet, dude. Nobody can predict you're right. Nobody can predict the future, dude. Like it is what it is. Not 9 to 10 degrees, like Austin said. Did I defend that part? No, Jeff. I defended the fact that Sony cheaped out on the materials of the freaking hardware, and that clearly the new freaking heatsink is not as efficient as the old heatsink. Yeah, you're right. You are right, game. Oh. I did hear him say that, but you know what, guys? Honestly, it doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't even fucking matter, to tell you the truth. Does it matter? Does it really matter? Like, you guys are so fucking ape shit about your underpowered fucking PlayStation 5 that, like, you guys are perfectly fine with your 1440p 60 FPS on a $500 console. That, like, you guys will defend that shit to the end of the fucking world. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I bought my PlayStation 5 purely for fucking PlayStation exclusives because that's the only good thing that I'm going to get out of that fucking console. So anything else is going to look like shit. It's going to run worse than the Xbox. It's going to fucking have lower frame rates. It's going to have lower resolution. It is what it is, man. Like, I don't care. You guys want to defend your single piece of plastic? Defend your single piece of plastic. My take wasn't off, Jeff. But you know what, Jeff? I've kind of had enough of you, dude. I really am, man. I'm seriously, like, this shit's getting retarded, man. I like, you come to this show every single time and you fucking hype up this PlayStation 5 that clearly hasn't given me the experience that I've paid for, but it seems to have given you the experience that you think you paid for. Like, I don't get it, dude. Like, this shit. Yeah, dude. You know, I've tried to be fucking good to you, Jeff. Clearly this isn't the channel for you. Clearly you should be over on King Thrash getting filled with all that fucking whatever nonsense shit that you seem to love, dude. So yeah, man. If you're gonna keep this shit up, dude, I'm just gonna block you, Jeff. Because I don't really give a shit anymore. I'm so sick and tired of this fucking fanboy crap. I don't give a shit about it. He does that on every channel. Yeah, dude. I honestly do think he just comes to my channel to fucking spew this stupid fucking PlayStation nonsense that doesn't even make sense, dude. I've been a PlayStation guy for over 25 fucking years. I bought every PlayStation. I played every fucking PlayStation exclusive. I've spent thousands of dollars in the PlayStation fucking ecosystem. And then they pull this fucking cheap shit all the time. The only reason I have an Xbox Series X is because the PlayStation fucking cheaped out last gen on the fucking PS4 Pro. They told me, yeah, man, this is a 4K system, and it looked like fucking shit on my 4K TV, dude. Like, yeah, dude. I don't even know, dude. Oh, nothing. Jeff and his fucking stupid shit telling me to take an L over a fucking piece of shit PlayStation that fucking Sony cheaped out on again. Dude, I'm not even getting a 4K 60 experience on fucking Deathloop, dude. I paid the same fucking amount of money on my Xbox. I guarantee I'm going to get a fucking pretty close to 4K 60 experience on my Xbox next year when it drops on Game Pass, Jeff. But whatever, dude. Then respect my opinion. Really? Yeah, I know. He sounds like one of them fucking little crazy fucking people that are sitting in front of the damn college. Yeah, dude. I do agree with you, Game. I really do. I really do think that Jeff just comes to spread like stupid shit and to get my fan base all riled up. I really think that's what he's here for. And it's stupid because I think about it. When your channel grows, there's going to be more fanboys. You got to deal with it a lot more. This is yeah, I know, dude. The fanboy shit's getting so fucking old, though. My opinion's mine, Jeff, and I've spent my money. I put my money on PlayStation to be able to have my opinion, bro. You don't even buy all their fucking games, bro. Do you? Do you buy every single PlayStation exclusive that comes out? Do you buy every single game that comes out on your PlayStation? I know I buy a lot of them. I do. I put a lot of money on this freaking in this hobby of mine. I do. So I feel like I have a platform that I can speak from because PlayStation has not given me the experience that they told me I was going to get this generation. Xbox does it better, dude. It just does. Xbox cares about, showing, people, doing better for them, man. Like this PlayStation shit just feels like a hand in my pocket, dude. Not as much as I have. I guarantee you haven't bought as much as I have because all the money I got on my PlayStation 5, I've got 5 times as much invested in my Xbox. So tell me, dude, like seriously, nobody gives me fucking money. Nobody pays for my games, Jeff. I do. You can't afford the other consoles. Damn, what's going on? Just arrived. Jeff getting this. Yeah, dude, I don't get, dude. I really do think that Jeff just comes here to rile everybody up, man. Like every time you come, Jeff, and you say this and you spout this stupid fucking shit, it seriously like pushes me farther away from Sony and the PlayStation, dude. It really does, man. Like I'm so sick of this fucking stupid fanboy PlayStation shit, man. It really like there's nothing to be proud about with this fucking PlayStation, dude. This is the most powerful PlayStation they've ever put out. But at the same time, this shit is starting to make me so freaking mad every time I get on here. Don't care about you gouging price SSD $150 for 500 gigs. Dude, we all knew that SSD was going to be expensive. Cooler electronics so they last longer. Yeah. Go play Guilty Gear. Yeah, guys, I don't know, man. I've had a rough day at work anyway, so I'm already hot-headed. So, yeah, this whole PlayStation shit. I'm not taking an L, Jeff. It clearly shows that SoC is running hotter, dude. It is. It's running hotter. So, yeah, dude, I'm not going to take an L. Babe. Can't you just run this over there? I'm not biased, Jeff. Frog, restore order, get rid of him. You bought games. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. I bought 3 freaking games, dude. Please don't ban Jeff. We need a pony to mock. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't understand why he does this shit, dude. Get rid of him. He ruins the whole chat, and he's off. He's off his banger. Yeah. You admitted to rushing through Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I did. I did rush through Ratchet and Clank, and I stand by that. I feel like I should have probably played that a little bit longer. I definitely do. But guess what, man? I paid less money for Tales of Arise, and I got way more gameplay out of that. Like, way more. God wishes you were a Sony shield. He's going to die trying to turn you into shield. Yeah, exactly. Put him on the timeout at least. Oh, man.
I just didn't know if you wanted me to or not.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just arguing with this thing.
I can hear you.
Okay, guys. I didn't block him, but I put him in timeout for 5 minutes. He ruins the whole chat. We get ponies in here, but nowhere near Jeff. You know, guys, I don't want to be that kind of person that bans people or puts people like in timeout and shit like that. But you guys are right, dude. I've had an irritatingly rough day today. I'm already heated, and then like we're trying to do this, and we're watching this video, and clearly it shows the new SoC. I mean, the new machine is not cooling the SoC as well as the old one. Like, I don't understand how the hell this is an L for me, dude. That's an L for Sony, dude, for lying to you guys, man. Like, I already got my PlayStation 5, dude. Sony's lying to their new customers, pocketing more money off of them, and then putting out a system that who knows how well it's going to run next gen games, dude. I banned him for 5 minutes, dude. Look how peaceful this chat already got. Look how chat isn't being scrolled with Sony Zilla. Yeah, guys, like, I never intended this channel. I'm going to tell you guys, I never intended this channel to be like a bias channel, or to be negative against freaking or to be negative against PlayStation. I've just this whole generation, dude, like it just hasn't felt right with PlayStation, guys. It just hasn't felt right for me. And like, when I get people in here that are freaking out about their PlayStation and shit, dude, it's kind of irritating. Also, 540 it's not an arcane optimization problem. Watch benchmarks of Deathloop with equivalent PC specs. Yeah, dude, like, I do like Deathloop. Deathloop is a good game. I enjoy playing it. It's not the optimal experience that I would have on the Xbox for sure, but me, Froggy, and Sev all said, I bet the performance doesn't get affected, but it's going to run warmer. Yeah, exactly, dude. It clearly runs warmer. But the performance, yeah, the performance is going to be the same. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how like, I mean, it's fine right now, guys. Most of the games on it are cross-gen. I don't know how it's going to run true next-gen games. I mean, like, just look at how the PlayStation runs Deathloop, man. Just look at how the PlayStation runs Deathloop. I think they're going to turn it around with a lot of the BS they've been pulling and trying to pull. People got to push back, though. Yeah, I mean, at least a little bit. Sell what? Sell my PlayStation? No, dude. I mean, I obviously want to play the PlayStation first party games, man. I mean, I've been a PlayStation guy forever, dude. I'm not going to turn my back on the developers, the guys that make the games I want, just because the corporation itself cheaps out on the hardware. Sony fanboys will always move the goalposts and try to suit whoever. Yeah, this video and the testing that I've gotten from multiple sources have proven Austin and his... Nobody said that Austin wasn't wrong. Okay, like I never said that. I do stand by the fact that new heatsink is not as efficient as the old one. I still stand by that. I mean, like, it's not. That new fan that they have in there is clearly better than the fan that was in the old ones, man. And they even showed that if you put that old fan in the I mean, if you put the new fan in the older machines, even that one runs better, dude. So yeah. I'm telling you, man, without the combination of that fan, without that fan, I don't think this is going to be any different. So basically is what happened, guys, is Sony over-engineered the first PlayStation 5s. They figured out that they could get by with less material, with less cooling, and they did that to save them some money, dude, to save them some money. They didn't do it to save you money. They did it to save them some money. For me, it's just, I trust Sony's devs more than any devs in gaming, as long as Sony themselves don't backstab their base. PS will... Exactly, dude. And I'm still going to continue to buy my PlayStation games, dude. Like, there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing that. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to take an L for that, dude. Who knows? Xbox is going to run next gen. Nobody knows. Yeah, exactly, guys. Like this, I don't want this channel to literally be console wars, dude. I mean, I don't. That shit pisses me off, man. I think Jeff comes in here every time to do that, and it really is. It's starting to irritate me because it really is, dude. It's starting to irritate a lot of people. I want to be able to sit here and the whole point of me going live is to interact with the people that like my content. Not here to sit and argue about PlayStation better. I'm sick of that shit, dude. I really am. I want to be able to have, nice conversations with people. I don't want to sit here and deal with that fucking stupid PlayStation fanboy bullshit, dude. I don't. And I'm really getting irritated with that shit. I don't have anybody in here that's an Xbox guy that comes in here and fucking spouts stupid fucking Xbox shit like you do, Jeff. Like nobody in here comes in here and fucking is rude to other people about that damn plastic box on the Xbox side. I've watched your guys' comments. I mean, they talk back to you when you spread your stuff, but I don't have anybody in here that comes in here and talks the way about Xbox that you do. They have respect for both consoles. They talk about both consoles. When they acknowledge PlayStation, they don't sit and call it a piece of crap or anything like that. You're the only person in this damn chat that comes in here saying that stuff. I am hard on Sony, Jeff, because I've fucking spent so much money on them, and I do expect them to sell me a fucking console that's worth a shit, dude. I want to be able to have the same experience on my PlayStation 5 that I can get on my fucking Xbox for the same price. Yeah, Jeff, I am hard on Sony, dude. They sold me an underpowered console that, yeah, I don't know, Jeff. Buy an Xbox Series X, bro, and you'll understand why I'm kind of upset with PlayStation and why I would much rather have. Yeah, dude, this whole thing with the new PlayStation 5, guys, like, fuck, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. But the way that people were treating Austin Evans for showing us that new heatsink fucking pissed me off, dude. Sending people to his house, doxing the dude for what? Buying a new PlayStation and taking it apart and showing us that Sony cheaped out on the material. They clearly cheaped out on the material, man. They clearly freaking cheaped out on the material. Like, that's all I was fucking standing behind him. I wasn't standing behind his, no, the new PlayStation is worse. I do believe that new heatsink isn't as efficient as the new one, because the new fan that they put in there clearly fucking pushes air better, so it cools the thing better, okay? But as in terms of heat sinks, if you undo both those fans and let them sit, I guarantee the new one is going to turn off overheated faster than the older one, dude. It's just, it doesn't even matter at this point. Nobody's going to change your mind, Jeff. If you want to sit there and fucking love your PlayStation and like go to sleep with it and shit like that, dude, nobody's going to change your mind. I don't care. That's the whole point of you coming here, because sometimes I am happy about PlayStation, man. Like sometimes I'm just like, I'm not. Jeff is playing PS5 on a 1080p. I know. Oh gosh. Yeah, like my experience on my Xbox DDP has definitely been better than my PlayStation experience. No doubt about that. No doubt about it, dude. I stand by that, man. My Xbox experience has been better. I do find more enjoyment playing my Xbox right now than I do my PlayStation 5, man. And I stand by that. And I'll probably make another 10 videos before the end of this year about how I still love and enjoy playing on my Xbox. I mean, PlayStation. I mean, I'm really enjoying Deathloop right now. So don't ruin that for me, Jeff. Don't fucking ruin that for me, okay? Like, let me be happy, because I haven't finished the game yet. If you get me all riled up and being pissed off about freaking PlayStation 5, dude, I'm gonna be irritated. The ponies are talking about the showcase. Yeah, dude, they showed us some good games, man. They're great. I watched that same video. He just talked about how much more he felt the Xbox experience was doing the. Yeah, exactly. I do. I like my freaking Xbox experience right now, guys. I really do. And granted, my enthusiasm for Xbox is definitely higher than PlayStation. So yeah, my audience is probably a lot more, Xbox. But when I get in here and I talk about my PlayStation 5 experience and I talk about things that make me happy, I don't have anybody in here that comes out and is like, man, don't be talking about the PlayStation shit, or we're not going to follow you no more. We're not going to support your channel anymore if you keep talking nice about PlayStation. The only people I hear that from are the PlayStation guys that are like, well, if you don't start kissing PlayStation's ass, man, I'm going to fucking leave and I'm not going to come back and I'm not going to watch your channel anymore. I don't fucking care, man. Honestly, at this point, none of my takes were off, Jeff. None of my takes were off, man. It's my personal opinion, bro. Like literally my opinion. And I'm a fucking grown man, dude. I'm not gonna back down from that, dude. Like, I like my Xbox experience far more than my PlayStation experience, dude. And that's just, I mean, like literally, I put WRC 10 on $60, man. I paid the same price for both these games on the PlayStation and the Xbox. And guess what? My PlayStation version runs like shit because my PlayStation isn't as powerful as my Xbox. So I get fucking way a lot of screen tearing and screen drops and all kinds of shit in the 60 FPS mode that has a fucking dynamic resolution, Jeff. On my Xbox, it powers right through that shit. No screen tearing. Everything's great. It looks fine. I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. I paid the same amount of money for both these consoles, and I get a better experience on the Xbox with third-party titles than I do on the PlayStation 5. That's just a fact, man. That's a fact. Like a literal freaking fact. A fair few of us have both consoles. We like talking about games and hardware. Yeah, exactly. We buy the consoles and we play the experiences. Like, hands down, honestly, I'll admit this right now. I do think that the PlayStation experiences, most of them are going to be one and done for me. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to be done with it. I'm going to move on. But those experiences and those memories are going to be like, wow, they're going to be like really freaking impactful games for me. They are. And I admit that right now. Like, that's the whole reason I have a PlayStation, is so that I can play those games. But when it comes to third-party games, dude, they run better on the Xbox. I do like that. If I do, you better take that L. Maybe if you blow your PS5 SoC is slower. I don't know. But you just said you're sick of all this PlayStation Xbox conversation. That's a contradiction. I'm sick and tired of all the freaking like the negativity, DDP. Like I'm sick of the fanboy shit, dude. It just gets so damn. Jeff, you bring a lot of that shit on yourself, dude. I mean, I don't have anybody in here that's on the Xbox side that comes out and says the kind of shit you say and get everybody all riled up, Jeff. And then like, yeah, dude, like I don't get it, man. It's just one guy's opinion sells tell. Yeah, exactly, dude. When PlayStation is outselling the Xbox 2-1, like, does it really matter? My experience is a little bit different than everybody else's. I didn't come from a PS4 Pro to a PlayStation 5, so I'm not blown away. I came from an Xbox One X to an Xbox Series X to a PlayStation 5, and it's been underwhelming. Sorry. If you don't like that, Jeff, don't be a fucking victim, dude. You're a grown man. Yeah, don't be a victim, dude. Froggy attack me, but I don't know, Jeff. I don't know what to tell you, dude. If you want to be a victim, go ahead and be a victim. Like what they said, man. Like, you bring a lot of this shit on yourself, dude. You really do. I'm not taking a fucking L for PlayStation cheaping out on their hardware, dude. I'm not doing it. No, dude, you're not bringing facts and logical arguments, dude. If I own an Xbox Series X and I own a PlayStation 5, how can you, somebody that doesn't own an Xbox Series X, tell me that your PlayStation 5 experience is better than my Xbox Series X experience if you've never even played an Xbox Series X? You get what I'm saying, dude? I'm coming with facts and logical arguments. You're coming with PlayStation bias that is one-sided and only care about PlayStation. Yes, I'm hard on PlayStation, but I mean, I have to kind of be hard on PlayStation. Just as oh no. Yeah, Frog Boy, I'm getting excited because you're not supporting PlayStation 5. I do support PlayStation 5. I probably spent more money on my PlayStation 5 than a lot of people that have PlayStation 5s right now. I can almost guarantee that, dude. Like, Sony sent me two emails to buy PlayStation 5s because they're like, this dude's a cash cow. Hurry up. Make sure we get him a PlayStation 5 so we can keep buying our $70 games, dude. Let's have a vote. Let's be honest. I really like to be honest. I really care about the console wars that much. It's just that ponies be getting on my nerves. I got to come at wait, what was that? I got to come at them. Own multiple consoles, never just had one. Yeah, dude, I don't get it, man. They're fucking consoles, dude. I just like the experience I get with my Xbox far better, dude. It's so much better right now. I feel like I can sit back and enjoy my Xbox. I don't feel like I can sit back and enjoy my PlayStation, man. I think it just costs too fucking much for Jeff be on YouTube chats and not gaming. Yeah, say something nice, Frog. PlayStation's got a cool design. I mean, it looks all right to me. I wouldn't talk about PlayStation so much if let's see. Yeah, I might. If I didn't personally care about, exactly, guys. Honestly, if I didn't care about, like what Seb just said, if I didn't care about PlayStation, dude, I wouldn't even talk about the shit, dude. I wouldn't care. Remember, Frog King Thrash came on here and acted. Yeah, he acted like he was a neutral like you. You know, he took those Redfall's pre-alpha leaks and making comparisons to God of War. This is how these zealots act. Yeah, I just joined. Have you gave an impression on the Gran Turismo ray tracing situation? No, I haven't. Not yet. I haven't even watched that, to tell you the truth, in the 4K mode. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get ray tracing along trackside. I mean, it's going to, yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, and if we do, it's going to be 1440p, man. So I don't really care about ray tracing as much, guys. I really don't. I feel like it takes way too much performance away from these games. Sony hyped their PS5 and lied and underdelivered, and it's still great. It's still a great console. I'm just disappointed. Microsoft came out and told us what the Xbox was supposed to be and delivered. Yeah, I honestly feel like Microsoft delivered far more than Sony did with the console hardware. And that's fair for me to say, because I own both. I paid my money for both. It gives more credibility because he has the experience to speak on the hardware, as in your case you don't, so nobody cares. Yeah, Patrick, what console zealots don't get is Xbox or PS5 doing good is a win-win for. Yeah, exactly, dude. We're all gonna win if they're both doing good. Like, that's the main thing. You know, Jeff, I'm gonna tell you something right now, okay, buddy? I did that thank you Xbox video, and that, like, a lot of people subscribed over that video. You know how many people subscribe when I do like a PlayStation video, man? Not many, dude. Like, people don't really care about, like, I honestly kind of feel like people don't necessarily care if you're just given like a kind of honest opinion about PlayStation. They want that, like, over the top, make them feel good about their purchase crap. And like, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, man, the PlayStation is the best place to play, when it's clearly not when it comes to third-party games, dude. It's just, it's not, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell them, people that follow me that might be influenced by me, because what would I have to gain if people? That's why I stopped watching a lot of other YouTubers, is because, like, dude, they pump shit up, and then, like, I get it, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This isn't even that great. And like, they told me, yeah, man, this is the best game ever. This is the best thing ever. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You know, I mean, like, all of them fucking YouTubers sitting there, oh yeah, man, Cyberpunk 2077 is the greatest fucking game on earth, and then all of them having to eat crow because they're like, oh yeah, man, we didn't even try to see what the other consoles look like, man. We just cared about our PC experience. And like, yeah, dude, I don't want to be that fucking YouTuber, man. I don't want to be that YouTuber that's gonna sit there and pump shit up. If I don't personally like it, or I don't personally care about it, man, I'm not gonna fucking pump shit up just because some other did. What was that? Did you charge them $10 to subscribe with that Sony video? I know I should. PlayStation subscribers have to send $10 to my Patreon. No, I'm just joking. Series X isn't the next level 360. I do think that, to be honest, I think that cutscenes gameplay of Halo Infinite looks more polished than the cutscene of God of War Ragnarok. Hope that the lie is worth the delay. Yeah. Why is it that people who are wrong have a hard time admitting it? I'm not even wrong. That's the thing. Like, I'm not wrong. It's clearly, the SoC is clearly running 4 degrees fucking warmer on the new one, man. Like, how is that? How am I wrong? Frog, I remember just the other week you were at 500. Yeah, exactly. And then I made that video and like it just blew up, man. And you know, people with Cyberpunk 2077 yellow chairs gave it a 9 or a 10 LOL. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. All those YouTubers sitting there saying how great that game was, getting it all pumped up, doing what they do, you know, to freaking spread the joy and everything, like they did with Returnal, and then Returnal comes out and like it's not it's not a bang out job. And I mean they tried to get as much money out of that as they could. Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo are going to be head to head. Yeah. But you have to understand people are not going to agree with your subjective experience. You hated Returnal. I loved Returnal. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, I don't expect people to agree with me. Like you come to my channel because you want to hear what I have to say, and then you make your own decision on it. I'm not forcing you to agree with me. Like I'm not here to change your mind, dude. I'm here to talk about my experience gaming. When I go live, I'm here to talk about my experience gaming, man. If people ask me questions and I tell them, you know, hey, yeah, that's how I feel, man. I feel like that's better. And I don't feel like Returnal was a great experience at launch. I spent 12 hours on that game just being frustrated and irritated because it was so broken after I went into one of those freaking star doors that, yeah, dude, I didn't know what I wasn't understanding it. I think that was the first time I ever really played a roguelike game. So yeah, and I mean, like I'm perfectly okay with hard games, but I'm not okay with games that waste my time and, you know, and just crush me just because, you know, like it doesn't explain anything, you know. I mean, like whatever. Like I hated that experience. It was broken. They put it out broken. They charged me $70 for that broken game. The experience didn't line up to what, you know, I thought was fine. So yeah, I stopped playing it. It is on my hard drive, so I might go back to it sooner or later, but Jeff B to go to timeout room. He needs to get out. Yeah, I gotta jump in the shower, guys. I've been freaking totally agree. What was that? Ali, totally agree with you, Frog. Congrats on the channel growth. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I really do. I'm sorry, guys, for freaking out on Jeff in front of you. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not. I'm not going to take an L for something that clearly didn't show me that I was wrong. You know what I mean? Like that video did not show me that I was wrong in any way, shape, or form for saying that the new heatsink it isn't as good as the old one. Like there's nothing in that video that showed me that I was wrong, dude. I'm not going to take an L. PS Now, got Xbox Series X and happy to pay Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah, dude, Game Pass Ultimate. I feel like it's a freaking. I feel like it's a value. Jeff's a stray pony looking for friends. I would rather be able to. I don't necessarily think he's looking for friends though, dude. I don't feel that way, man. I feel like he comes here to freak out on me about this fucking PlayStation shit. He gets my chat all riled up. Everybody freaking out and you know, fighting with them and stuff, and it does, dude. It just gets annoying. I came here to talk games, not talk about PlayStation better. Jeff, as soon as you buy an Xbox Series X and you play them both, then I'll take what you say a little more serious, man. But until you have both experiences, man, come on, man. Just try to respect the chat, try to respect yourself, try to respect me as the host. I mean, I might not say shit that you agree with every day, but at the end of the day, that's my experience. That's my opinion. It didn't show Austin was right. Nobody said Austin was right or wrong, dude. I never fucking said Austin was right, did I? Those words never came out of my mouth. I did say that I agree with how he bought the system, took it apart, showed us the new heatsink. I never said, oh yeah, Austin Evans is 110% right, man, because he did a scientific test with a fucking phone to show us that one's hotter. I never said that. I never said that it was right. I said that the material that they used is not as efficient as the new material, dude. Like, that's what I said. And you can record the video, you can pull the video up, and you can watch it as many times as you want. And then you can try to say, oh yeah, but I heard this, but I heard this. No, dude, like what I said was recorded. It's on the air. Like, it's right there, man. I never said that. Oh, I agree with him in his phone test. I never said that. Never said that. I said that the material was nowhere near as good as the old material. That's what I said. And that's what I stand by, dude. That's what I stand by. I don't stand. I mean, like I do. I agree with Austin Evans for making that video and showing what was in there. But I don't stand by his testing. Like, no. Cheaper and smaller heatsink. Yeah, that's your experience. That's your opinion. And it's your channel. Don't let guests push you around. I'm trying not to. I really am. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a dick. You know, I want everybody to have a voice. I want everybody to feel like to be able to say what they want to say. But at the same time, like, I don't want people in here just fucking trolling my group too. You know, I mean, and every time we get into one of these, like, it does feel like, okay, game, you got to understand, like, sometimes when Jeff does come to like different chats, he's not a complete pain in the ass. You know what I mean? It's only on these. Usually when we're talking about a PlayStation issue that he really gets the, you know, like really worked up and shit. Like, I understand. I don't want him to feel like, I don't want anybody that comes here to feel unwelcome, but I don't want anybody to come here just because they're coming here to be a pain in everybody's ass. You know what I mean? Like, that shit fucking pisses me off, dude. I'm a grown fucking man. I'm more than welcome to my own opinions, dude. And I work my ass off to buy my shit, to have my own opinion. I'm not Young Yeah or any of them other motherfuckers that get sent shit fucking months in advance so they can play it at their own pace. No, man, I got to buy the game just like you on the fucking day it comes out. Then I got to come home, ignore my family and ignore everybody else to fucking play that game, to give you an opinion about how I'm feeling about that game. So yeah, dude, that kind of shit pisses me off. When you say I'm fucking biased, dude, when I spend all of this money and I put all this time into this channel, like I do, because I care about gaming. Like, I care about gaming. I love games. I love both of my consoles, and I want to bring that to my friends. So when I got people in here telling me that I'm biased, when there's other fucking YouTubers out there that are fucking getting paid to sit home and getting free shit, telling you that, oh yeah, dude, Cyberpunk's the best fucking game ever, and then you go out and buy it, and then you feel fucked, and you're like, oh, but my favorite YouTuber said it was great, man. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm just a regular fucking guy, dude. I'm not like some superstar. I'm not any of that kind of shit. I'm a regular guy with a regular job that buys his regular shit, that ignores his family to fucking play video games to tell you guys how they are. You know what I mean? I don't ignore my family. They're more than welcome to come in here anytime I'm live or when I'm recording, whatever. I don't care. I don't ignore my family. Don't get all freaked out. Jeff is giving his opinions the same way the rest. Yeah, exactly. But he freaking, the way he does it sometimes, I don't know, man. Like, you know, Shaq, you've been in this group for a long time too. Okay. And when you voice your opinions, bro, I've never heard you come out and like completely like just, you know, like Jeff is a lot. Jeff just has a little bit more way of he's a little more extreme than a lot of people. But most of my Xbox guys, dude, they don't get in this freaking chat to come out and be like, oh, Xbox is better, and just straight shitting all over PlayStation all the time. You know what I mean? Or completely badgering it. I mean, they do talk about the experiences that I've had with it. But I feel like I don't understand why Jeff feels like he needs to sit here and like seriously all day long defend PlayStation. Dude, it's a plastic box, bro. You paid the same. Yeah, exactly. Austin Evans's video was reckless and filled with misinformation. The way that he made that video definitely could have turned a bunch of fans away from buying a PlayStation 5, a new model anyways, or encourage them to spend more money at a scalper to buy a new console. Yeah, I completely agree with that, DDP. I do agree with that. What he said, you know, the testing method that he showed definitely was pretty off. I stand by him taking that machine apart and showing us the physical difference of those heat sinks. That's what I stand by. I don't stand by the way that he freaking, you know, did his testing. I don't. Like, obviously that shit, You know, like everybody knows that, like, yeah, like that's just stupid. I do not agree. I do not stand by that. I do stand by him opening that console up and showing us the physical freaking heat sink. Okay. And we can deduce our own freaking, our own, our own minds about that. You know, obviously they cheaped out on the material. So therefore, they're still selling you the console for the same price. They didn't do that to save you money. They did that to save them money, man. And I'm not going to kiss Sony's ass for saving themselves some more money, dude. Like, I'm not. They're already making me literally pay a premium for my PlayStation 5 experience. So no, dude, I'm not going to sit there and kiss their freaking butt, man. Totally agree with you. Maybe because I could relate like 90%. Yeah. You check your opinions. Yeah, Jeff. I'm not going to check my opinions, bro. My opinions are mine. This is my channel. I mean, if you don't want to come here and listen to my opinions and the way I freaking pontificate about everything, like, I don't really care, bro. Like, I do appreciate your freaking support, but at the same time, at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, at what cost? I mean, I feel like, yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, I do lean more towards Xbox, guys. I mean, that's fucking obviously. You guys have been watching me for 5 months now. I do lean more towards Xbox. I do like the way the Xbox is doing things this generation. I like the way that they started. I like the way that Phil Spencer kind of turned that ship around, man. I do like that. Yes, we're still waiting on fucking games. We are. And that, yeah, like there's really no excuse at this point for how long we've been waiting for solid first party Xbox games. But they've invested $7 billion plus fucking dollars into bringing us next gen games and more gaming experiences on the Xbox ecosystem. I can wait a little while, man. I can wait a little while. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, I only paid $500 to enhance every fucking game I own, dude. Like, I'm cool with that. I did the same thing with my PlayStation. I enhanced every one of my games from the PlayStation. But at the same time, like, all the games that have come out with the PlayStation, all the first party games and all the stuff, I think I would have liked. I never even said I didn't like Ratchet and Clank. Like, Ratchet and Clank was a good game. Do I think it was worth $70? No, I think it was worth $60. Do I think that I got my money's worth? I felt like I got my money's worth because if I would have taken my family to a Pixar movie and we saw a Pixar movie, yeah, we would have spent $100 there getting snacks and everything for a 2-hour experience. I am okay and at peace with my Ratchet and Clank experience. Do I wish it was longer? Yeah. I wish it would have been a little more open world. That would have been cool. I wish that, the worlds would have been a little bit bigger, like whatever. I wish there would have been more stuff to keep me entertained, but I did. I rushed that game for the sake of getting a review out. So it kind of did. Like, I'm not saying that the Ratchet and Clank is a bad game by any means. Like, no, I don't say that. I do not think that is the case. I think it's a good game. I do think that, you should buy it. I don't necessarily think it was worth $70. Let's see. What are we doing? Telling someone to check their opinions is the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, exactly. Dude, these are my opinions. I'm going back up here. All the times I've seen Shaq pop up in my comments, he's had some pretty bad takes, which I call him out, and he just never comments again. Telling someone to check their opinion. Yeah, okay. So like what you like, be honest. Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm not gonna freaking change my opinion just because somebody else doesn't feel like it's a safe space. Guys, this channel is not a fucking safe space. It's not. Like, if you're coming here for a safe space, man, like I've got my own problems to deal with, man. Like we're all grown men, we're all grown adults, we're all gamers, right, dude? I mean, I'm not here to create a safe space. I'm here to create a game space. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be, I want to be bigger in the gaming community, man. Like, I'm so sick and tired of like the fake shit that goes on these days and the fake, yeah, dude, I just had it with it. Subcomputer hires prefer. Yeah, I know. We're just going to have to hire like a couple of nerds to tell us which one's actually better. Gosh. If Austin Evans only did what did that, we wouldn't even be here. Yeah, exactly, dude. If he would have just freaking yeah, his video blew up, man. His video blew up. And I did, put out my video after that talking about it, and like, yeah, dude, that new heat sink. I mean, if you like, I work in the metal industry, bro. Like, if you know anything about metal, like, you obviously know that copper is a better heat conductor than freaking aluminum. Like, it just is. Aluminum does cool faster than copper, but at the end of the day, copper is better at displacing heat and sucking heat away from other things. So ultimately, the ideal heat sink is always copper. Like that's it, it's ideal. Aluminum is cheaper. It's a cheaper material. So yeah, like my video talks about that. He acted like he wasn't getting valid criticism. I'm at work while listening, so I don't read the chat usually. Sorry. No, you're good, man. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I just wanted to get on there and kind of watch this video because I was only able to watch a little bit of it at work while I was at lunch. I did see that number thing. I did kind of skip to that part, and I saw that, and I was like, I don't know. I need to watch more of this so I can understand what it means. But as far as I'm concerned, these PlayStation 5s are pretty much acting pretty close to each other. So I mean, it's really not that big of a deal in the end. It does suck that they pulled out a lot of that better material that I know is better for heat sinks. That does suck. They did not do that to save you money. They did that to save them money. So at the end of the day, they cheaped out on you again, not me. They cheaped out on you. I already bought the good one for the same amount of price that you're going to have to buy the new one for. We won't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe down the road when actual next gen games could start coming out that are fully utilizing the consoles, maybe we'll see more of an impact there. Maybe we won't, I mean, like, it is what it is, guys. Let's just declare the Xbox One 2021. I don't know, Straggly Rock. This freaking Deathloop is actually pretty damn good, man. Halo's going to have to be better than that. Halo's going to have to beat Deathloop, dude. I'm sorry, but Xbox is going to have to beat itself to make Xbox win, and that's fucked up, dude. That's pretty bad, dude. Oh gosh, that's like telling yourself you got to eat your arm to survive, man. Not this winter, lol. But do you condone their actions with excusing it? Yeah, man. Sony cheaped out on you guys, not me. I already bought my PlayStation, guys. It really sucks. It gives cheaper and smaller heatsink. Yeah, price stays the same. Sony doesn't even respond to Digital Foundry. Yeah, exactly. They're like, we don't care. It still works for us. People are still going to buy it. Still going to pay $1,000 for it from scalpers. So, like, who cares if we save some money, right, guys? Doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. Both sides. I mean, yeah, I have seen some toxic fanboys on the Xbox side, DDP. Like, I don't deny that. There have been, but I don't necessarily see them in my chats. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily see a whole bunch of them in my chats. I mean, a lot of you guys I'm friends with on Xbox. I haven't played with everybody yet. I haven't played with everybody on PlayStation yet either, but I want to. Dude, sometimes I like some games I have to just sit and like crank out, and some games, like when I'm in a mood to play like online and stuff like that, like I really do. I have to devote some time to my family. You know what I mean? I don't want my wife leaving me because I'm a YouTuber. Jeff, let me get this straight. I don't expect Xbox to beat PlayStation selling consoles this generation or next. Like, I don't. PlayStation has done a good job, and they invest a lot of money into the first party games that they make. Jeff is falling back on that PS5 sold more fanboy logic. Xbox is going to give PlayStation 5 a run for its money this generation, no doubt about that. Deathloop is still an Xbox game. If Deathloop somehow won the year, Sony fans would be pissed just because. Yeah, I think that might be the case, man. I do think that Deathloop is definitely is pretty good. I haven't beat it yet. after I'm done with the stream, I'm gonna shower and I'm gonna jump on Deathloop and play it. I'm gonna stream it for you guys too. So we're just playing around with it. Bought an SSD for the PS5 and ordered a heatsink on Amazon. Amazon lost the damn package, so I can't use it. LOL. The Series X solution was so much better. Yeah, dude. I bought another heatsink already and had it sent to me. This is an enclosure one. Because when I get a bigger drive for my PlayStation 5, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this in it. So yeah, I just bought an extra enclosure already, so I already have one. I'm probably just going to stick with Samsung 980 Pro. I'm probably just going to get a 2 terabyte. Because I'm still working on that video showing the Kraken software or the Kraken compression. And when it comes down to it, a lot of these PlayStation games are pretty small. I mean, they're not like half or anything, but it is enough to have confidence in possibly a smaller card. So I don't necessarily think I need to spend $1,000 on a freaking card, man. Yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't have jumped to defending him because, I mean, honestly, he's a way bigger YouTuber and he didn't even acknowledge me. He just put my my little video in his video as some kind of thing to like criticize people, you know. I mean, I am pretty happy that he showed us that because it gave me something to put on YouTube and talk about, and I got views. No, I'm just joking. Pretty much gave me a video topic that day. It does suck, dude. Nobody wants to see PlayStation like cutting down on their hardware costs, man, or on their hardware, especially this early in the generation, guys. It does not make any freaking sense whatsoever. So many toxic PlayStation commenters while everyone else cashes the check. Just enjoy the console. Yeah. It was all speculation, Jeff, and you PlayStation fanboys lost your shit, acted like, you know, I mean, for the most part, Sev, I mean, that video had freaking a lot of traction, dude. Like a lot of people saw that video, and if you're like on the fence about buying a PlayStation, you know, or an Xbox, and you saw that video, you're probably thinking, man, I'm just gonna buy an Xbox. You know what I mean? So, I mean, PlayStation did that to themselves, though, did they not? They did that to themselves. They know fucking YouTube exists. They know this fucking platform exists, and they're like, yeah, man, yeah, just cheap out on the hardware. Fuck it, man. Who gives a shit? Like, people are still gonna buy our shit, dude. We could literally shoot a person in downtown. What was that thing Trump said? I could shoot a person in downtown Salt Lake and they'd still buy my damn PlayStation. Oh gosh. And they will too, man. They don't give a shit. They're like, oh yeah, you go ahead and strip out some memory and take out a few more cores. Like, we don't give a shit. We'll play it at 1440p at 35 frames a second. We don't care. It's PlayStation. We love it. Yeah, dude. I thought the Vanguard beta sucks. I'm probably gonna cancel that and just I am probably just going to cancel that damn Call of Duty shit, man. I don't have another 250 gigs for another Call of Duty game, dude. I don't play them enough. I play the campaign and then I don't play the multiplayer anymore because I don't buy them on the PlayStation, and all the friends that I used to play Call of Duty with are on the PlayStation, and I think they've kind of moved away from it too. They're all playing Siege now. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep supporting Call of Duty. Because they're so mean to their employees. No, that's not the reason. That's up to them, man. However they treat their employees. I mean, like, companies aren't perfect. I mean, I think they should do something about it. I don't think anybody should go to work feeling like anxiety and shit. But at the same time, I'm not going to not buy their games because, yeah, that's just dumb. Because not everybody at the employee is doing bad and everybody's working on it. It's a collective thing. So I don't know. I got the WD 851 terabyte installed yesterday on PS5. Yep, I agree. Xbox SSD is much easier. Oh yeah, dude, way easier. It's definitely a lot easier. I had a Sony fanboy refer to PS5 as Disney World, while Xbox is a pop-up carnival. I don't know, man. I feel like the Xbox Series X is gonna give PlayStation a run this generation for sure. So a chip shortage had no effect on them. They're trying to make it cost less, but I don't, dude, they're cheaping out on the hardware. I don't like, Sony's a corporation, dude. They can afford to sell us a solid piece of equipment if they want us to buy their games on their ecosystem, like that's what they do, man. They take a cut, and it seems like the only people that have taken a cut is Xbox. Xbox is the only one that's taken a cut on their hardware. PlayStation's already positive, making money, dude. Why did they need to cut out that much material if they're already making money on it, bro? Like, I don't get it, man. Any argument that you have for Sony saving themselves a buck just doesn't hold water, dude. I mean, that's an invalid fallacy. That's a fallacy on every level, dude. It just doesn't work. Yeah, dude. Fuck. Deep in the next gen PC players. Dude, PlayStation cheaped out on our hardware, man. It is what it is. Like, I don't give a shit. I already got a PlayStation 5, dude. If mine breaks, I'll buy one of the new ones. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it is what it is, man. PlayStation did this to themselves. I'm just thankful that Xbox gave me something that makes me feel like I'm getting my money's worth, dude. I mean, I feel like I got my money's worth with my Xbox. I don't feel like that with the PlayStation. It is what it is, man. They cheaped out on our hardware. It's not just a chip shortage, even materials like copper are more rare. Yeah, exactly, dude. Everything costs more, but that's the price of doing business, man. And instead of Sony being like straight up and like continuing to sell you that system that they sold everybody else, no, man. They don't care. Now the scalpers are out there gouging people even more for those stupid things, and that really sucks. I don't think people should be paying more for that for this console. If honestly, guys, if I still didn't have a PlayStation 5 and I could buy the new model with the new heatsink, I would still buy it. I would still buy that. I would still pay the $500 for that, and I would still put it on my shelf and proudly play it. Like, I do not feel like the heat change on the SoC is enough to worry about. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not as good as the old one, but at the same time, it does not really freaking matter. They cheaped out though how you could not buy the PS5 Pro with VRR and 1440%. Yeah, exactly. I don't mean to sound like an X-bot, but we've been talking about PS5 for hours now. I know, Christian. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, man. Well, this kind of was a PlayStation thing, man. We were talking about the PlayStation thing, and, I wanted to shine some light on this, and let people know that, hey, man, like, the whole point of this video, the whole point of this live is to let people know, hey, man, if you can get your hands on the new PlayStation 5, I think you're going to be okay. Like, you're going to be fine. Like, it's not that big of a difference to where like 3 or 4 degrees is really going to matter much, because it's still cooling. It's still working. Like, you're still getting the same experience you were getting prior with the older machines. So it's not even a big deal in the short run. Long term, who knows? Like, it doesn't matter. Sony's only got to get you past the 1 year line with their equipment. And then anything after that, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Unless you buy a longer warranty, it doesn't matter. Maybe if you're gonna pay extra for the new place, for the old PlayStation 5, like $1,000, dude, just buy the $50 3-year warranty, man. That'll be fine, man. You'll be good. You'll be good to go. I mean, that's like $50. You can save $450 and buy like some games. Like, seriously. Yeah, I mean, Jim Ryan has been lying to us. It's an insignificant difference in quality, but the cheaping out on the hardware is a fact. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're still getting pretty much the same performance, but you're not getting the same premium build, so to speak, that you had before. You're getting Sony magic, bro. They put Sony magic into the new PlayStation 5 to make it perform the same. So either games coming out that are next gen are going to be held back on all of them to perform. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to get into the theory shit. Who gives a shit? We're just going to play our PlayStation 5 games. I don't even care. There's going to be a PlayStation 5 Pro, so I'm going to buy that. I'm not going to have to worry about dumbed down, whatever. It doesn't matter. PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a thing, and I'm going to buy one as soon as it comes out. I'm not sitting on the fence on that shit. I'm not going to wait around. I'm going to get one as soon as it comes out. Sony's still cheaped out. I'm still waiting for VRR. Dude, if VRR came out, man, oh gosh, that would definitely help Sony a lot, for real. Like VRR, a lot of people don't have it yet, but dude, if you're gonna spend $500 on a PlayStation 5, go buy a VRR TV. What did Sev say? I did not see it. Gosh dang it, you guys talk so fast. Series X hasn't made a revision to metal out the chip shortages, and they can't keep them in stock either, but they aren't cheaping out on components. Why is that? Because Xbox cannot afford to take any negative freaking PR. They just really can't, dude. Last generation for them was really bad. They're behind on putting out first party games. They can't afford to. Xbox is aware. Xbox knows freaking YouTube exists. What? I knew Xbox knew something. Maybe they are learning. They know that people like me are on the Xbox. And if Xbox cheaped out on their shit, I would definitely be telling you that Xbox cheaped out on their shit too, man. They know I exist, man. They know I'm waiting in the wings for that freaking 1,000 freaking clicks, man. They know I'm there. They're waiting on it. SSD in my PS5 yesterday. Ridiculous. We had to wait this long. Yeah, dude. You guys, I had that almost a month and a half longer than you guys. Almost a month and a half. I've had the privilege of that new of that beta. Damn it, Straggly Rock. You guys want a virgin. Xbox doesn't control what Seagate does. Yeah. Yeah, Seagate really does need to drop the prices, man. I'm already at 2 of those memory cards, man. Like I need a 4 terabyte for my Xbox, and I need it now. It's my money and I need it now. I'm not getting a mid-gen refresh. I will. I am. I'm buying it because I want to have the best experience when the best experience is a Biggie Butters. How's it going, my friend? I still can't figure out why PS5 has no VRR yet. Yeah, dude, it behooves me to this point still too. I don't understand how they can like look over at the competition and be like, wow, man, maybe we should do that. And they're like, nah, fuck it. People will buy our shit. Who cares? Why spend money on something that, like they're okay with stuttery graphics on the PlayStation, man. They don't care. Look at the things they say. It's all positive. Why fix it if it's not broken, right? You know? And Xbox is like, please guys, just buy our Xbox, man. We'll give you VRR support. We'll make it so you can transfer your saves and we'll upgrade your old games. Just please buy an Xbox. And I'm like, all right, okay, dude. You had me sold at freaking enhanced backwards compatibility. So like, we're good to go, man. $500, that's a steal. Shit. Doesn't matter. Of course it does. They aren't going to push out a product knowingly with the potential for mass failures. I mean, you would think they would be pretty well advanced in being able to do that. I don't know. PlayStation doesn't have VRR because Sony TVs don't have VRR. Yeah, that's probably true too. They're like, oh, well, we would give you VRR, but then we would have to update our TVs too. I mean, I'm pretty sure the processors in those Sony TVs can handle VRR. Like, I thought it, pretty sure it's just split gate looks so much better on Series X than PS5. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, I've been seeing that since the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro, man. Everything has looked better. And that's what I praise Xbox for the most is the image looks good on my 4K TV. I sit close enough to my TV to where, yeah, dude, fucking resolution matters. I've sworn a lot in this video today, guys. I'm really not trying to be... I'm hot. I'm itchy. I just got home from work, man. It's been freaking terrible this week. Had another freaking guy leave. It was like losing 3 guys. Shit's getting realer. Yeah, dude, it's getting pretty hard, man. Yellow on red light of death says otherwise. Yeah, hoping VRR comes. I hope so, dude. I really want VRR on my PlayStation 5. If I could get VRR on my PlayStation 5, I don't necessarily think I would have to upgrade to the PS5 Pro. But at the same time, man, like dude, if I have to buy another $500, $600 console from PlayStation this generation, I'm gonna be pretty mad, dude. Like I'm probably gonna say more mean things than I already say now, dude. Like, I don't want them to fucking one up with more power when they sold me a fucking underpowered console in the first place. That's going to piss me off if they try to one-up Xbox with more power just so the Xbox comes out with another. Like, that shit's going to make me mad, guys. I'm going to get so mad about that. I'm going to dutifully buy it because I want the best version. But at the same time, like, I'm going to be pissed, man. I'm going to be pretty mad. And I tell you this, man, if all the rest of the PlayStation games coming out for this generation are all SJW shit, I'll quit buying PlayStation, dude. I will. I'm not going to buy like a whole bunch of garbage this generation, dude. I'm not. Oh yeah, dude, that Xbox One X, man, that thing's going to be a beast. And when xCloud comes to console, dude, you're going to be able to play next gen games on your Xbox One X, bro, all the way through this generation, man. That's going to be pretty cool. Well, maybe not all third-party games, but at least you'll get to play Microsoft first party using that cloud gaming. Frogboy, don't worry, just one step at a time. The grind is real. I know. Dude, it's getting rough, man. Like, work is getting freaking pretty rough. Trying to keep up with the channel is getting pretty rough. I know that the end of the year is going to be pretty hard with all these games, man, and holidays and stuff. VRR will come soon, but majority's gamers. Did you guys realize I missed a day the other day on YouTube? I didn't upload anything. It was the first day I've missed since I've started this channel over 5 months ago. Sorry, dude. I was too busy playing Tales of Arise. The game was that good. I just could not put it down to do a video. And that really sucks because I wanted to do a video. How's resolution, not graphics? Resolution, it matters, guys. It really does. Resolution is definitely important. Thanks, Andrew. I really appreciate it, man. I don't necessarily see prices going down for anything, Jeff. I think everybody's going to start gouging us even more, bro. Like, everybody wants $15 an hour everywhere, so prices are going to go up for everything. Like, it's like, that's how it works, man. I mean, I just literally paid $2,000 for a smartphone, man. $2,000. The last time I bought a smartphone, I paid $13.99 for it, man. That's almost a $700 or that's a $600 increase over the last cell phone that I bought, bro. Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. My Quest. Oh yeah, I was playing Beat Saber on it the other night, dude. Some Linkin Park, man. I get sad every time I hear Linkin Park now, you know, because of Chester and shit. But yeah, dude, that just really sucks, man. But I love this Quest. It's such an amazing machine. The fact that it looks so good, yeah, a lot of SJW shit coming from Sony. But the fact that this Quest looks so good and the performance is pretty damn good, I like it, dude. $300. I definitely feel like every family should have one of these for the kids, man. They should. I definitely appreciate just how good it is. Yeah, dude, I miss Chester so much, man. I love Linkin Park. I mean, the last couple of albums weren't as good as, you know, like the first ones, but I really liked, you know, Linkin Park. Yeah, since Xbox One X. I don't know if that's the case, Cruel Wraith. I don't know if that one had VRR support, to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure. I did not have a VRR TV back then, so I do not know if that, I don't remember if that was the case or not. I've only had this VRR TV for a couple of months, dude, and I'm telling you, it has, again, made the experience better on Xbox. I think Linkin Park is probably my all-time favorite band, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I used to listen to a lot of rap music when I first heard Linkin Park. That one song, gosh dang it. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of the freaking song now, man. Damn. When I heard that song, and then like from then on, dude, like Linkin Park, I was like 16 or 17. Maybe I was 18. It was like 19. When I first heard one of their first song, dude. I was like Linkin Park fan from then on, man. Wait, what's that? I'm sorry, but anyone complains about a character being a black female in God of War has issues. We aren't in the 60s. Why would we care about that, dude? I don't care about the color of people's skin, Jeff. Why would anybody care about that? What I'm talking about is the whole freaking just like if it starts getting all freaking super flamboyant like that, like the beginning of their freaking showcase ad, yeah, dude, you can count me out. I ain't spending money on all that shit, dude. I don't really care to oh, good about third world countries, bro. Huh. In the end, no, it wasn't in the end. It was here, let me hybrid theory, Linkin Park hybrid theory. Songies. The first Linkin Park song I ever heard was One Step Closer to the Edge. One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Yeah, that was it, man. Mythology isn't real, so who cares? Flamboyant. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like all that shit, dude. I don't know, man. To me, it's just cringe, dude. Really cringe. And I have no desire to sit and listen to that fucking stupid preach into my face, like fucking stupid shit that it's like, I'm not a cruel person, dude. I don't walk down the road and like look at people that are different and like give them bad looks or fucking treat them different. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that shit preached to me all day long, you know, in the most flamboyant fucking way possible. Like raging and shit like that, dude. I don't really freaking, I don't care, dude. Or chair, whatever. They put a black female there to gain brownie points by virtue signal, and it's very obvious. Yeah, exactly. I mean, to me, guys, like putting like say time to take a black person and make it Superman. To me, that's like a slap in the face to black people. It's like, dude, really? Can't you just make a fucking superhero for black people that they can be proud of instead of like just like what the fuck is that, dude? I mean, not only does it insult black people that you can't fucking think up somebody important and special for them, that you got to just go ahead and take something else, you know, from somebody else. Why not be creative and be original? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about when it comes to the fucking SJW shit. Like, don't tell me the black people can't go to a DMV and get a driver's license, because that shit just pisses me the fuck off, and I'm pretty sure it pisses them off too. Like that kind of shit makes me mad, and it's stupid fucking white people that think this kind of shit, and it's like, wow, dude, how can you guys be that fucking dumb? Like, really? Why can't it be the best actor won the role? Yeah, I mean, that too. I mean, like, I don't know. The whole thing with God of War, bro, it's like, you know what, man? Like the whole thing with God of War, like, I think you guys are talking about the girl that was like, come on, we got something to tell her, or like you haven't seen it, or whatever she said at the end of the thing. I think you guys are probably talking about her. And you know what, dude? Like, I think that's fine. I think that's completely fine. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I didn't even realize it until people started talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's a video game. I mean, I don't necessarily think they're going for historical accuracy or whatever. Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, does it matter? Like, I don't think that matters. I mean, like, a lot of people were saying that like The Last of Us 2 was SJW, because Abby was buff and like she was gonna be a transvestite and shit like that. And like, no, dude, I ended up liking Abby, dude. I think Abby's the shit, bro. I like Abby more than I liked Ellie. So it's like, I mean, if they're gonna go all like so far, I don't think that any of PlayStation's first party games have been like cringe, like throwing shit in your face. It's been okay for the most part. Like, I haven't really seen anything that's maybe like think that, oh my gosh, because I'm not going to get on that whole fucking hate and SJW shit either. You know what I mean? Like, specifically the role in God of War, yeah, etc. I mean, to me, it doesn't personally bug me, guys. Like, I don't really care. Like, it's not something that I'm sitting there thinking like, oh man, like that shouldn't be there. Like, I never have those kind of thoughts in my head. Like, I don't see that kind of stuff and like form an opinion, like when I'm seeing something for the first time, I'm just thinking, whoa, man, that looks cool. Or wow, she's cute or something like that. I'm not thinking like, huh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not freaking out about, oh dude, that's so dumb, man. Joel has gone dumb. Yeah, Joel. Well, he was getting old, man. And you know what, guys? Honestly, with men, like when we get older, we start to get a little more sentimental. We start to like kind of break down that tough attitude a little bit, to the point where like stupid, like some shit don't just bother us anymore, and we start to value life more. Because I know that's for me, like me, like in my 40s and stuff, I value certain things now more than I did when I was younger. Like when I was younger, I valued, being tough and like blah blah blah. But now it's like I value, like being, good to people around me. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily not necessarily being tough or soft, but at the same time being like, respectful to other people now that I'm older. Like I care more, and I don't sit and judge people like by the way they look or whatever. Like that shit doesn't bug me, man. SJWs never say they're preaching. They say they're educating you. I'm going to educate you. I'm like, from what? What are you trying to educate me on? Like, I'm a grown man. I know how to treat men. I know how to treat people, My mom taught me how to respect women. And if you're going to talk something bad to another dude, you better be ready to fight and back it up. So, yeah, that's just kind of the way it is, man. The Lion King. The Lion King. Oh, gosh. The circle of truth. Joe knows he's being hunted, then give his name to be killed. Was it Joel though? I thought it was his brother. I thought it was the dummy that gave it away. Oh wait, he did. He said, "I'm Joel, and this is my brother Tommy." Ooh boy, I don't like that forced shit, dude. If it feels forced, that's when it kind of irritates me, because it's like that shit feels forced. It doesn't feel natural. It just has to feel natural. Like it has to feel like good, I mean, like I've seen shit that they're like forcing shit in there and stuff, and then it's like, wow, man, wow, did you really need to do that? If they made John Stewart the Green Lantern, I would take John Stewart. I'm still in my 30s and I want rage. I want rage. Nah, about 35, dude. You'll change your mind. About 35-ish. Thinking. Yeah, 35 was when everything started changing. I don't want white Black Panther or Blade either. Yeah, exactly, dude. I want freaking, I mean, like Blade, he's cool as shit. You got Black Panther that was freaking amazing. I mean, yeah, dude, they just need to be freaking they just need to be like, I don't have a problem with strong. No, nobody has a problem with a strong female character. There was something that it was talking about. There was something that they put a female lead in, and oh yeah, that's right. That new Terminator movie. the new Terminator movie, how like they made it all feel like cringe and shit, you know, like it just seemed more cringe. It didn't seem natural or whatever. It was like, well, I'm the female lead, and it's like some weak girl, you know, and you're just like, oh my gosh, really? Like, what the freak? We're gonna stand and we're gonna fight or whatever. I don't know. I think everybody was freaking out about that, and that's just kind of what it. And I don't have problems with a fat Thor. It fits the Norse mythology. I don't really care if he's fat. Alita was freaking cool. I watched that movie, dude. That shit was so good. Alita Battle Angel. Oh my gosh. That shit was good. And then it was like they put out this Terminator thing with like, I was like, oh my gosh. Didn't Alita come out first or whatever? I mean, you got like, Sarah Connor from the first freaking or the second Terminator movie. She was a badass, bro. That shit fit. Like, what the freak, man? And it's just the way that they're doing these strong females. They're clearly not strong females. They're like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2, you believed that shit. It was believable that she was a badass. You know what I mean? Like, it was believable that she was making herself tougher and stronger. You know what I mean? Like, that was believable. All the other, like the other ones, like the newest Terminator movie, like I was having a hard time believing that girl was like tough, dude. Like, I really was. Terminator's an absolute joke. It was so bad. Yeah, I know. James Bond, even like, and see, like me personally, I don't care if they make James Bond like if Idris Elba, or I don't know how to say his name. If they made him James Bond, that would fit for me. That would work. Like, okay, James Bond, 007. Like, it doesn't have to be some freaking British white dude to be James Bond. To me, like that doesn't matter. I think that role is interchangeable. You know what I mean? I've been through Sean Connery all the way up to freaking the new guy Daniel Craig that's playing him now. Like, I don't really care if James Bond is black or what. Like, I don't care. I think he would actually do good in that part. To tell you the truth, I really do think Idris Elba would be amazing as James Bond. Like, I think he could pull it off like really good, and people would see it, and it would be a high grossing film. Like, I would pay to see that. That looks cool. Like, I like that dude. Yeah. Well, I know he said no, but I think he would do so good. And I don't feel like it would be, I don't think that would be like, I don't think that would be like forced. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would fit, and it would fit well. There's like with Anthony Mackie, the new dude that's going to be Captain America. That shit works, dude. Captain America handed him the shield, and he said, "You're Captain America now." Like, that worked for me. Like, that worked. Like, it was perfect, because the other dude has the same beliefs. It's not the person that's playing Captain America. It's the image that Captain America reflects. And if Anthony Mackie can reflect that image of Captain America, you know, being all about, you know, like good and like being a hero, like stuff like that, that's the thing that really gets people. That's the thing that makes that superhero special. It's not that he can throw his shield or kick it when it comes back. It's that he embodies what America should be for everybody. And like, I think that's good, James. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. He's great in anything. I think he's good. I think he's way good. We do have a black Superman. His name is Blue Marvel. I thought his name was I thought there was one a while ago. They said something about Blue Marvel. I mean, if that's the case, that's perfect, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily think that like Superman being a white guy is a bad thing, and I don't necessarily think that like everybody can't look up to him. You know what I mean? Because Superman is the man of steel. It doesn't matter if, like, I mean, he's a badass superhero. Like, who wouldn't? Like, Superman's my favorite DC, and Captain America is my favorite Marvel. Great chat, especially with the yeah, exactly, dude. This is the kind of chat that I really like. Is this kind of stuff, not that damn console war shit. It's so irritating, guys. It really does. And I know, me being the channel holder, I stir some of that shit up because I'm always saying bad stuff about PlayStation, or I'm always complaining about my experience, or blah blah blah. You know, It's just how I'm feeling at the moment, you know, because it does kind of suck, you know. You spend a lot of money and then you get like, and if you're feeling like, yeah, if you're not feeling like you're getting what you're paying for, then yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck. But is there any like anybody else pissed off about Top Gun 2 getting pushed back, man? Like that kind of Marvel does a better job being SJW with that. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. How? Why wouldn't I be? What is that? Is that food for me?
No, it's a lawn.
Oh, my daughter became a pothead. She likes Harry Potter. She's a pothead. Oh, she wants to review her Harry Potterness. It's her birthday. She became a pothead. My 11-year-old has become a pothead. Sorry, guys. Did you get your glasses?
No.
Why didn't you be Hermione?
This is Hermione's wand.
That's Hermione's wand. Oh, yeah, that is hers. Hufflepuff.
No,
She's not a Hufflepuff. She's Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think Hunter's a Hufflepuff.
He thought he was a Slytherin.
No, he's a Hufflepuff.
No, he's definitely a Gryffindor.
He's a Hufflepuff.
Mom's a Ravenclaw.
I'm a Slytherin.
No. Let's see. You got a snake?
I do. See? Right here. I'm a Slytherin.
Yep.
No, I'm just joking. Maybe because they push. Yeah, that kind of sucks, dude. My birthday's on the 28th this month. Nice. Seven. Yep, my birthday's next month, 21st. And yep, I'll be here to do a video. Mama's calling. Hi, Mama. Hi, doll. Yeah. Do you need me to not? All right, I can be done. All right, love you. Okay, bye. Oh, Mama called, man. She's raining on our parade, guys, and it was just getting good. I was in my 20s when Harry Potter came out. Yeah. I mean, I was okay watching the movies. I thought they were fine, Jeff. Like, I thought that it was pretty cool. It was definitely, I wish they had shit like that when I was a kid type deal, but yeah. Brie Larson had to hire an ass double. Brie Larson. Yeah, I didn't really like Brie Larson. I didn't like her whole attitude. Hello, Slytherin, same every Friday. I don't mind them adding characters of different race and sexes into things that feel organic. Yeah, I just want things to feel organic like they used to, man. I just think it sets like this precedent for like younger minds, you know, that are still trying to figure out who they are. And with all of this stuff going around, you know, that's like championing these rights, and then these kids get sucked into it and they're like, yeah, man, that sounds great. And they're telling their parents, yeah, I want to go get a sex change. And then it just, I don't know, dude, like, this shit just, I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore, guys. I have young kids, man. I worry about that kind of stuff. You know, I don't want my kid coming to me, you know, thinking that, you know, I don't know. That shit freaks me out because people are very impressionable. Anime and manga comics are absolutely killing it right now because they don't submit to woke. Yeah, dude. Like, Tales of Arise was so freaking good, dude. I was like, oh, gosh, I freaking love that game, dude. It was so damn good. We had better things. Oh, yeah, dude. The 80s were freaking amazing. We had Ghostbusters. We had G.I. Joe. We had Brave Star. We had freaking He-Man. We had, I mean, don't you guys remember He-Man? Every time the He-Man thing would be done, we would get that talk of the day and shit. You know, we had freaking Dick Tracy. We had RoboCop. Dude, we had so much cool shit in the 80s. It wasn't even freaking, it was nuts, guys. But I got to go, guys. I got to go help Mama. I think she just wants me to help her carry something in. I'll be right back. We can just keep going on this. Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to go. I have to go get a headphone out from under the center console in the car. So I will see you guys later, man. Thanks for waiting. I did start a Patreon. If you guys want to contribute, that's cool. I did leave a link in the description. I don't know if it works. I don't expect anybody to contribute, but people have been saying that in my comments lately. So I started one. So it's up to you guys. If you do, just know that I'm probably going to use that money to buy a PlayStation game. You guys have fun, man. I'll see you guys later. Appreciate you coming, listening to me complain. Have a good night.